pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Trustee Foley, absent. Trustee Stack. Trustee Cox.
Here.
Trustee Hopkins. Supervisor Allen.
Here. Can we get approval of the prior meetings minutes?
Hold on, just so it's clear, you're skipping number 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion that, well, if you want to do that, then I can make a motion, what we discussed before. Go ahead.
Okay, number 3, we're not going to do it tonight.
Okay.
You want to?
Okay, I'd like to make a motion. No, I know, but at least it should be discussed for the public to understand you skip something on the agenda. I'd like to make a motion that we move Dana Callahan for homework help and hoops program, and then discuss our upcoming levy with Jim Ferris, because they have to leave up on the agenda to actually right now. That would be okay with the board.
Is it a motion?
That's, yeah.
Can we get a motion?
Second.
You want to move all donations?
Motion? Who's that?
No, Dana Callahan and upcoming levy with Jim Ferris.
Okay.
We have a motion. We got a second?
Jim, second.
Jim, second? I'm
Second.
sorry. Okay.
My only question on that is that you don't want to do the Collins Chorale or the Christmas Parade or the Festival of Trees. The other people here that are here.
Are they here? Is there other folks here?
We're going down the line.
I was told these 2 people needed to leave early, and that's why I made the motion.
I just think it's fair if we're going to do one.
Okay.
We do them all.
So we'll move this whole new business up, other than discussing of the audit and PEP grant. So I'll retract my motion. We'll just leave the PEP grant and the audit down here. Everything else, sorry, PEP grant, audit, and insurance bills. How about that? Is that all right, Dan?
I think it's only fair. We give them the opportunity.
Okay.
Okay. Where's that at?
So my new motion is to move all new business except PEP grant, audit, and insurance bills up on the
Which
end.
one?
What, second it again?
Yeah, I'll second it again, but I have to rescind
Where's
this
it
first.
at?
I already rescinded it, my original motion.
So the PEP grant will be next?
No, yeah. So this will come.
Maybe it would have been easier just to do the meeting.
Yeah.
You guys asked me to make a motion.
Later.
That's later.
Yeah, just we'll get you.
Okay. And then we go down to
Now
approval.
do roll call now.
Pardon me?
Vote.
Roll call.
Vote.
Trustee Stack.
Aye.
Trustee Cox.
Yes.
Trustee Hopkins.
Yes.
Supervisor Allen.
Yes. Approval
No,
So
Dana.
Dan Callahan's gonna come up.
on which number?
No,
This is here.
when you want.
Okay. Vote on donation request by Dana Callahan for the homework help and hoops.
Good evening.
Hi.
And thank you for having me. I represent the Homework Help and Hoops tutoring program and summer camp program at St. John Church. We've been doing the after-school program since 2007, and we started the summer program in 2013. We would like to thank you for your past support, and I'm here this evening to ask for your continued support in our program. The Homework Help and Hoops program during the school year tutors 1st through 8th grade students twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 1st through 8th graders for 20 weeks during the school year. This semester we have 46 kids that we are tutoring, and we have 34 National Honor Society students that are actually serving as tutors. This HHH Summer Camp program is an 8-week free lunch program for students that are in need of a nutritious lunch. And the kids get an academic boost while they're with us with classes such as reading, STEM class, German, sign language, swimming lessons, cooking, PE, arts and crafts, and chess. This past summer, we averaged 83 kids a day that we fed lunch to, and that's from ages 4 to 18 years old. That's an increase from last summer, which was 76 kids a day. HHH offers children in our community mentoring from caring adults and staff, free food, and help retaining skills over the summer break. So we would ask for continued support by the Collinsville Township, and we hope that you will. Yes, sir.
First, I want to thank you for coming. I appreciate you coming to ask for the donations. We get a lot of letters just asking us to send them a check, and I appreciate you attending. In the past, how much have we donated to you?
I think it was $3,200.
Vicki, do you
Or
want
is
that
that right?
correct?
32, yeah.
Okay.
The past 3 years.
All right, but we also help you in other ways with food donations.
With food
and things
donations, yes.
Throughout the year too, right?
Well, for the SOS Soup Kitchen you do, and then during summer camp you give us food that we supplement our
Lunch
Tote Me
program?
Home program with.
Okay, yeah, because they take home like a
A
ravioli.
bag on Thursdays.
Right,
For
okay.
the kids that qualify.
All right.
Mhm.
You said it was average of 76 last year, you're up to 86?
83 was our average. this year.
83 this year.
Mhm.
Okay, that's still good.
It was 86 during June and 79 during July, which
So you said it was
averages
3,200, right?
32. Mhm.
And when does the program, does this start only in the summertime, or?
The lunch program begins usually the first week in June, depending on when school is expelled. We kind of wait 2 weeks after school lets out, and then we run it the 8 weeks, and then there's usually 2 weeks before school starts back up.
Is there a time that you need people to sign up by, or how does that work? Like,
No.
how do people know to sign up?
The children?
Yeah.
We have a rapport with the Collinsville School District,
Mhm.
and it's through the social workers. They pass out
They-
our registration forms to the kids that they know need the food.
And so this is just Collinsville School District,
Mhm.
Unit 10.
Mm-hmm.
And so there may be some kids that live outside of Collinsville Township, but it is just Unit 10.
Correct.
I think we're okay on that.
I'd like to make a motion to do 3,200 again this year.
My second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? If none,
Thank you.
roll call.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Trustee Stack? Trustee Cox?
Yes.
Trustee Hopkins?
Yes.
Supervisor Allen?
Aye.
I'd just like to add, I don't know where this money comes out of, but there is in our budget a youth program. I just want to make sure that it's not coming out of some other fund.
It
So it
comes
needs
out
to
of
come.
the program for you.
What's that?
It comes out of the
Okay,
program
I just want to
for
make
you.
sure of that.
Moving on,
Jim.
vote on donation request
Oh.
for the council,
It's Jim.
Jim?
Well, either way, no, you're right. He's right. He's right.
Yeah, they changed things around. That's why we're a little bit mixed up here, yeah. A vote on donation request for the council corral.
Oh.
I think we discussed this
Yeah,
also.
and I have the paper.
We didn't know they were 501c3 and we'd already passed it up.
But I have the
They sent-
paper.
They sent their paperwork in to us, their IRS paperwork in fact, which probably wasn't necessary, but they sent that to us. We got it here somewhere. Right here. How much were they asking for last time, do you remember?
No, I don't.
100.
$100 even?
Let me double check.
That's not bad.
Is this a program or something, or an ad in the program? How's this work?
It's musicals they put on
Right.
all year.
I don't know if we're buying an ad in their program or what we're doing.
It's just a donation for $100.
All right, so moved, $100 donation.
We have a motion second. Any questions? Roll call, anybody else?
Trustee Stack? Trustee Cox?
Yes.
Trustee Hopkins?
Yes.
Supervisor Allen?
Aye. Okay, and discuss and vote on council Christmas parade, which would be coming up.
That was just a letter they sent, whether you want to be in the parade, I guess.
Actually, that day I'm not gonna be in town.
Yeah, I think last year that,
We had the same problem, everybody was gone.
yeah, and I don't want to tell them that we're going to be there and then not show up, and then I think it also costs us more.
I mean, I would say if the office staff would want to do it, then maybe we can make a motion to pay their entry, if they want to. What's that?
He made a comment. I do have candy since the Veterans Parade is canceled, so we do have candy for the parade if we're in it, so that's already been purchased.
Well, I guess, can we approve it if the office staff wants to?
Are you girls approving it? I mean,
I'm only one person, I'm not gonna.
And I'm sure I could probably make it.
Last year, Terry and I walked.
No pressure.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
can tell.
Yeah, last
Yeah,
year.
Terry and I did walk last year, so.
Yeah, and what's the fee to enter? I mean, it's cheap.
$25.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no big money.
You know, and I might be able to help out, you know, so.
We get the chamber price.
We gotta do a vote first.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So, I'll do a motion and then a vote.
Can we have a motion to approve or vote?
Well, I'll make a motion that we put an entry in if we have people to participate. If we don't, then we won't, we don't send it in. I mean,
Okay.
unless,
I'm quite certain we'll be there. I don't know how many of us, but.
I want to see pictures of the float, please.
Whoa.
Now, wait a minute. We said participate in the parade.
We're authorizing $25. I mean, you can do a whole lot with that.
Well, I mean, we did you guys got the trucks, you know what I'm saying? You guys got the trucks, we just need a trailer, and then we could perhaps.
Well, I just see what you call hang on the road grader.
I'm just saying, you could put some, battery lights on it, and, you know, you guys just reach out to me. I mean, I would help with music and stuff, but let me know. I mean,
Who seconds?
Motion?
We had a motion. And a second. Second. Any questions? Roll call.
Trustee Stack? Trustee Cox?
yes.
Trustee Hopkins?
Yes.
Supervisor Allen? Supervisor Allen?
Aye. Next, discuss and vote on Festival of the Trees event.
That's another, just an invite.
She said it's another invite from them.
That's,
It goes to the Rotary this year, right?
They don't say.
Yeah, and I
He
know,
said that's correct.
I know the Rotary is a 501c3.
well, the Festival of Trees, you have to be in order to be the
Correct.
recipient. Yeah, you can't be the Festival of Trees recipient unless you are.
I was
So-
just pointing that out. So you
If you have any questions, I have to be on that committee.
Festival of Trees or Rotary or yes?
Both.
Okay. I don't have any questions.
What
What do we have to
What's
do
our
to
normal?
sponsor this? Did we do $100 before? I thought that comes to mind.
It would, that wouldn't be
Well, the tickets
bad.
are 50.
Well, I know we did a
Festival of
sponsorship.
Trees.
I don't know, I didn't do it last year.
There are several options, including sponsoring a wreath or a tree. You can do a reserved table. There's also, you can sponsor, just sponsor the event. You can.
didn't we do a tree last year? If I remember right?
The word I got is no.
No,
We didn't do a tree. What did we do last year?
nothing.
Oh,
It's been a donation, I thought.
But me and you were in it and there might have been,
No.
with
That's
last.
the Christmas parade, Terry,
Okay.
that's not the festival. of
Okay.
Trees.
is there some for $100? Is there like
We would love to have the township participate. I would check the brochure, but I think you can sponsor like a wreath for $100 or $150.
I'm looking on right line right now, trying to see if there's any information on.
If we say 100 and pass it, does that take care of it?
Well, if we sponsor a tree, then there's a fee to
Well, if
enter.
you sponsor a tree, there's
then we
more
gotta
to it.
buy all
You
the
have to
You gotta decorate the
tree.
tree, right?
Yeah.
You're
And-
talking,
Whereas if you
I don't think we wanna do that.
Whereas if you sponsor a wreath, those can be provided. You don't necessarily have to decorate.
how
the
much are
wreath.
those?
That sounds good.
I think they're 150, but I'm not sure. They might be 100.
Let's approve for 150.
I'll vote for it.
Yeah. I make a motion for 150.
We have a
to
motion
do
and a second.
A wreath,
I'll second.
to sponsor a wreath, and then
By
they
the
end
way,
up selling.
I think you get a ticket or two with that, so
Okay.
you can figure out who wants to go, or you can buy an additional ticket. They're like, you can do $35 or $50 ticket, depending on what
Okay.
kind of ticket you want.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
Trustee Stack?
Aye.
Trustee Cox?
Yes.
Trustee Hopkins?
Yes.
Supervisor Allen? Supervisor Allen?
Yes, aye. Which one?
The one thing is, we're not clear right now, is, was the motion to put to the front of the agenda, did that include discuss the audit?
That is, no, he didn't want to do that, so just the levy.
Okay,
Because it's on his own.
okay, so let's do, discuss the level.
Discuss the upcoming levy. Any discussion on it, upcoming levy?
Yeah, Jeff, you're
It's
in
getting ready for you now.
Excuse me, our paper's way off today. Go ahead.
I've discussed with Terry and Larry the impending levy that's due I think the last Tuesday of December. We have to file it with the county. Both of them stated that they did not want to increase any levy. In other words, it's exactly the same amount as it was in 2019. Remember, this is the 2019 levy collected in 2020. Last year was the 2018 levy collected in 2019. So it stays the same. The levy for the town, which includes general assistance and the audit, Social Security, and insurance and IMRF funds, will stay the same. It's $1,206,677.
And to make it clear, so our general assistance will be zero.
Zero, correct?
Our audit will be zero.
Correct.
What else? Is there
Insurance is zero.
And is that for road and bridge too?
I was going to get road and
gotcha.
bridge.
All right.
So I'll break them out by amounts. The general corporate is $1,077,395. Nothing. Zero for audit. Zero for insurance. IMRF $69,938. Social Security tax $59,344. And then public assistance is zero.
Okay.
So it totals to $1,206,677.
And just so everybody can understand, the reason that it's zero is because we have too much money in those funds per state law. And so we're taxing the citizens zero. That's what the board's decided to do until those funds are down under the legal limit.
Correct.
Okay?
Right.
And those are restricted funds where you can't just take money from, say, general assistance, in most cases, and move it somewhere else. That's supposed to be just for general assistance.
Correct.
Okay? So that's why we're doing that.
And
So
the auditor, they suggested to Vicki that you may want to consider going up for IMRF because it is in the negative. But I said I would not. I would just leave it the way it is because it would be best just to say, the levy is the same as the year before. I mean, the amount that you would get would be somewhat insignificant, about $3,400. So, I mean,
It'd be
the general fund can take care of that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It'd be 5 cents a parcel probably.
Yeah.
Get that.
So, like I said,
It's not working.
it's staying the same.
okay.
Okay?
Same is better than raising.
The road and bridge levy, the same, not increasing it at all. The road and bridge levy will be a total of $1,195,776, and the breakdown of that is for the road and bridge, $830,502. Realize that of that amount, 40% goes to the city of Collinsville. The audit is $1,952. Insurance is zero, which it was last year. IMRF and Illinois Municipal Retirement Tax, $96,222. Social Security, $59,154. Equipment and building, $207,946, for the total of, like I stated before, $1,195,776. Exactly the same as it was the prior year. The auditor didn't state anything about the road and bridge, that there was one that was seriously in
Oh,
deficit.
no, that's
you know.
wrong. He did.
Did he?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The general, the insurance fund.
Insurance fund?
It's the worst violator for road and
No,
bridge.
no. I mean in deficit, not
Yeah.
over, not
Gotcha.
over.
Okay.
Because insurance fund, we're levying nothing.
You're right.
Okay. Right. Go ahead.
Of the eight, you said, I just want to clarify, you said of the 830,502 from the road and bridge tax, you said 40% goes to Collinsville. I think part of that goes to Maryville and
Yeah,
and
I mean-
Glen Carbon, and maybe, I don't know, Pine Tree Beach gets in.
Yeah, the lion's share goes to
But
Collinsville.
it's split up amongst the neighboring communities
Correct.
that are incorporated, so.
Correct.
You know, when.
And that's for the roads that are
taxpayers say
in-
they don't get nothing from the township tax, the city's getting that money and they're using it. 'Cause
Correct.
I live in the city, I think most of us do, so.
Right.
But
It's always been that
I want
way.
to clarify, I
That's-
know, I just want to
yeah.
clarify that, because
Yeah.
that's a misnomer that they're paying a tax and they're not getting nothing in return.
Yeah.
What the city does with that, we have no control over.
Right.
It is what
Supposedly,
it
it's
is.
for
What
the
it
road and
is.
bridge. But
Right, well, I would hope so.
I would hope so too, yeah.
So,
Nothing to do with the city.
Moving up to number 4.
We don't need to approve these, do we need just information?
No, it's just.
I was gonna say, if it
That's
makes you
info.
feel any better, they spend way more than $800,000 for it.
But I just wanted to state that and tell you, because I will not be able to be here your next meeting in December. I will be out of town, and so that's when we'll vote on it and stuff. So I just wanted to explain
No,
in
I-
detail exactly what we were doing.
I don't have any questions. I like it when it stays the same
Mhm.
or lower. This is
Right.
your
Right.
taxes.
I know.
My biggest concern, and you already know them, is
Uh-huh.
if we actually spent what we allowed them to spend, the budget amount, we
Right.
would be in trouble.
We would be very, very much in trouble.
Right, and
Very
so
much.
that's why I'm still on that, like, I don't know why we budget so high. And we don't spend that much, so I'm just hoping that stays that way. We should try to figure that out in future years,
I
in my
think
opinion.
it's coming closer. It just takes a while, especially when some of the funds were, let's say, overtaxed, I guess,
Right.
is what you would tax.
Yeah, for many years, so, thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks for coming in.
Uh-huh.
Very much. Moving to number 4, up to number 4, approval of prior meetings minutes. We get a motion on the prior meetings minutes.
Motion.
Motion, we have a second? Second. Any questions? If none, roll call.
Trustee Stack? Trustee Cox?
Yes.
Trustee Hopkins?
Yes.
Supervisor Allen?
Aye. Moving to public comments.
Sure. Clint Ball, Collinsville. I noticed on the agenda here, I wasn't able to make the last meeting that you're going to discuss, and the PEP grant fund possibility. Leaving the meeting this evening, I just hope that as a concerned citizen that I know and understand completely through a civil discussion amongst you all why you're voting for where you're voting. I personally think it would be a benefit. I've heard some concerns about maybe cost is a little high for the real estate part of that aspect. I think it has some intrinsic value for the seniors and for the community. So I would urge you to go ahead and vote yes to at least pursue that opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else?
Phyllis Strauskis. I see in the minutes again that we've got a motion to vote and approve trustee participation by conference call. I thought we took care of that already. Why is that getting brought up again? If you guys can't attend 12 meetings a year, get off the board. I mean, that's nonsense. That you'd have to do it by telephone? Jeez. Nobody in this world does it except for townships. That's part of the old good old boy system. Let's get rid of it. If you want to talk, you got to participate. If you're sitting on this board here, you got to attend the meeting.
Later on down the line is the liability insurance bids. Hopefully we got more than one. Kind of with Dan on this, we need to shop around, get the best deal bang for the buck. And hopefully that was done, and hopefully we'll see 2 bids out there.
The other thing is, like Mr. Ball commented on, was the PEP grants for the parking lot next door. I've been up at the city council meeting in Collinsville for month after month after month, preaching that this lot was not filled properly. And it wasn't. There's stuff in it. The original foundation, which is about 6 foot from that sidewalk, is still there. That's against the city ordinance, everything. It was not done properly. If you go down to 704 West Main, where my building burnt down, you'll see a lot that was prepared properly. Demolish, remove all structure, including the foundations. You fill it in with dirt. It has to be compacted. It's not going to have an 18-inch bow like you've got right next door. And it is an eyesore. I preached all summer to get this grass cut. It finally got cut. And I mean, you can see this guy's going to be moving out of town. He's gone. He's selling everything. He's not going to get what he's asking for it either. He's not going to get what he's asking for that building, or the building next door, or he shouldn't get for that lot. As a board member, you represent the taxpayers of this township. The assessed value on this thing, fair market value, is $44,000. I can see giving him a premium of 10, 20%, but I cannot see going 200% over the cost of that lot. He's going to sell it to somebody, and yes, we need the lot here. Nobody's in disagreement of that, and I want the lot for the township. But there's certain conditions that have to be met. And remember, this is still the taxpayer's dollar. Thank you.
Any more public, oh, I'm sorry.
Yep, give me a minute.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, I could fall asleep there too.
There you go.
I have another surgery.
Yeah, take your time.
My name's Meek Dowling. I'm here to speak about the PEP grant for the lot next door. And I would have to agree with Mr. Ostrowskis. I'm against this. First off, I don't believe that a proper environmental survey was done of the building. Also, the building was just dropped, and it's my understanding that it's all backfilled right into the hole. So you don't have any clean construction demolition debris per Illinois EPA. So if you were to just vote and take it, you could be potentially inheriting a whole bunch of problems and mess. I would definitely advise the board to not move forward with this until you have an environmental site assessment to see what the potential impact is of any of the materials that are down there. I believe you could have asbestos, lead-based paint, who knows what else. I know that there was different painted surfaces there, so I don't know, does anybody know exactly when the building was demoed, or if there was an asbestos survey? Was there notification sent to Illinois EPA? I don't think any of those things have happened. I haven't gotten back my Freedom of Information request yet from my EPA. You know, but I'm looking at that. I don't think the building was demoed properly. You know, you can't just dump asbestos waste if there is any there, and I believe that there is. You can't just dump it in the hole. If you did that, everybody'd be doing it. You wouldn't have landfills. So those are my things. Also, should the board continue to pursue it, then I would definitely put something in there where the owner of that lot puts in an escrow account or something to cover any environmental cost. You know, you don't want to be on the hook for this. Not only that, but if you were to purchase it, and what happens if he dies, his heirs, you know, who's going to cover any cleanup? Once you guys buy the lot, you bought it, okay? And any of the environmental hazards that go with it. Really, that's all I've got to say at this point in time. You know, down the line, you know, if you get the ESA and they go into phase 1, phase 2,
and they deem the site to be clean, you know, then yeah. But I think you'd be moving too fast and, getting the potential liability for something there that you really don't need at this point in time.
Thank you very much. Anybody else?
I'm Jeannie Lomax, and I'm a little concerned with your willingness to give money to the Festival of Trees. It may be a great cause that they're raising money for, but this is funded by the taxpayers, and I think any funding like that should not be done with the taxpayers' money. It should be done in the private sector. So I'm just concerned with your willingness to take the taxpayers' money and to give it to things like that without much concern from the taxpayers. Maybe a small amount, but each time you do it, it adds up. And it's not really your place as, the public sector to do that. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? If not, we'll move on. Reports by officers, committees, or special committees.
I'll try to just briefly answer, because a lot of this we're going to be discussing when we get down on the agenda. But Ms. Lomax, I agree. We agree that it's really not our duty, but what you have to understand where I'm coming from is I believe that the Council Township, that's part of the duty, is to help some organizations out that actually do a lot of good in the community. Where we're talking about $150, that's where I kind of I'm okay with it, because I know the Rotary, and I get that you're staunch on that. I get it, and I'm with you on that. It's just I feel that the township, our duty is to help some organizations out, and this is a nonprofit organization that helps other people in our community out. So that's where I'm coming from. I just wanted you to know that. As far as talking about the fill and everything on the lot, we can get to that on the agenda. I'll address all that.
Is anybody else? We have reports by officer, committee, or special committee. Anybody?
No, we received this in our packets today. It's the Township Food Pantry Christmas Food and Gift Basket Giveaway. If you know anybody that needs to sign up, 6 months to 15 years old, they provide presents for families that can't afford it. There's a list. There's actually a sheet over there if somebody wants to take this and give it to people that might be able to help out. But their income for the last 30 days, they got to bring a letter. If they don't have income, picture ID, guardianship if they're not the parents. So, but just to let you know that there's an application on the back of the sheet. It looks like this. So if you know of somebody who may be in need, some families that aren't going to be able to afford Christmas, it's a great program. I know the people in the office work hard on it, and if you go in there after Thanksgiving, you think you're walking through Target, given Black Friday. There's so much food, toys, everything else, because they help a lot of people out that are in need. So that's all I have.
And a lot of people don't realize how down a lot of people are. They really don't know.
What time's up?
Yeah. Go on. Okay, approval of bills.
Road and Bridge General is $55,120.75. Road and Bridge Permanent, $5,445.28. Road and Bridge Social Security and Medicare is $12,455.18. Road and Bridge IMRF is $5,162.74 for a total of $78,183.95.
We have a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion and a second. Any questions? If none, roll call.
Wait, who approved, Stack?
Yes.
You made the motion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, Trustee Stack?
Aye.
Trustee Cox?
Yes.
Trustee Hopkins.
Yes.
Supervisor Allen.
Aye.
Going back to general assistance, it's $9,046.46.
Motion? We have a motion, second?
So moved.
So we have, oh, who was it? I had motion here and second here. Okay. Roll call.
Trustee Stack.
Aye.
Trustee Cox.
Yes.
Trustee Hopkins.
Yes.
Supervisor Allen.
Yes. Any more?
Road and bridge equipment, $44,900.
By a truck, Larry?
No, I was, was that the tractor? Tractor, I thought that was last month.
Well, it was after the meeting though, when it got
Oh,
dispersed.
okay.
So that's
All
why-
right, motion to approve, 44,500.
We have a motion,
Second.
second here. Any questions? If no, roll call.
Trustee Stack.
Aye.
Trustee Cox.
Yes.
Trustee Hopkins.
Yes.
Supervisor Allen.
Yes.
Town fund is town general, $49,616.85. Town IMRF is $3,813.06. Town social security and Medicare is $8,289.60. Town senior center is $283.97. Town pauper fund is $480.39 for a total of $62,483.87.
Have a motion here, second. Any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. I really appreciate, I guess this is kind of new with the percent to budget that I asked for last time, and I really appreciate it. I guess my only question is, so like some of these things though, it's like elected officials expense. We're at 114% of budget already. Or like this one here, public official bond, 850% of budget. Meaning we're over.
Yes, because there was not enough put in there last year for the budget, for that.
And who's in, we'll get to that later, but who's in charge of like putting the budget together? Because that, again, I feel is one of our biggest things that we can improve on. Is these, I don't know if we just throw numbers out there, because when you're 850% more, or 100, and it's only November, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know who's in charge of that, and I just feel like that we've got to get a
There's
better
some things
handle
on
on
there
this.
that may have to be adjusted, like move to insurance or different areas.
Right, and but again, some of these accounts, and it's in the audit, we are not allowed to move. We are not allowed to
No,
move money.
I mean, they may have been put in the wrong accounts payable account that's showing up on there. Not move it to a different fund. It's all gonna come out of town fund.
They were put on the ledger incorrectly.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. So I need, the auditors are going over it to make sure everything's where it's.
Okay. But I do appreciate, because that gives us a better understanding of where we're at.
You're welcome.
Good. Anybody else?
Trustee Stack.
Oh, we have a roll call first.
Trustee Stack. Trustee Cox.
Yes.
Trustee Hopkins.
Yes.
Supervisor Allen.
Aye.
The Township Senior Center Building,
Oops.
$2,785.10. Township Senior Center Lunch is $2,532.21 for a total of, or $2,785.10 and $2,532.21 for a total of $5,317.31.
Is some of that PEP grant money spent or not? The senior center?
No, I think
That
that was
grant I
it.
ran through town
Okay.
because I
that's
took
fine.
the funds back to town.
All right, motion to approve.
Second.
Trustee Stack.
Aye.
Trustee Cox.
Yes.
Trustee Hopkins.
Yes.
Supervisor Allen.
Aye.
That's it for the bills.
Okay. Moving on to correspondence.
There is none.
No correspondence, no? Okay. Any unfinished business? Nothing? Going on to new business. Okay, yeah, now we're going back down on the PEP grant funds.
Okay, I'll just kind of start this, and so we can have a really good, hopefully, conversation and figure out what we want to do. Maybe the first best way to do it is I have a couple questions, and you guys can ask me some questions. I have just a couple questions, like how much did Collinsville Township taxpayers pay on the lot next to the town building? Do we know? That was right before I got on the board. I didn't know about it. There was really nobody at the meeting.
Oh, the
but-
big lot.
Yeah, right next to.
Yeah, we got that for a good price, but I forget what it
It
was.
was like 95,000.
It was around $100,000.
Just under.
Okay. So I'm curious, like, so was that soil tested?
Yes.
It was, and by whom?
UMB.
Huh?
It was all tested by UMB. and
So the
they-
bank that we
they
bought it.
Paved it. That included paving. too.
Okay.
They did a report at deep wells, they did several wells all over the property, including our property.
So the UMB tested it, okay. So,
And we reviewed all of that.
All right.
Very deep.
and then, the last question, you had said you were working with the county on this for a while, Terry. I was curious at what you were doing with the county on this lot next to us.
I can see that.
This one here?
Yeah, you had said last meeting that you'd been working on with the county on this
But
lot.
Didn't get on this lot that we're talking
Yeah.
about. Okay. No, I didn't get nothing out of them, no, really.
Obviously, you're asking the obvious.
No,
Did we buy it?
No, here's my question is, I want to make sure that there's not a better deal out there that I don't know about, that's all, okay? So, I'll just lay it out so everybody can understand it, because it's really not that complicated, but there is some certain things.
I'd like to just say, if you're gonna mention prices in the open.
I'll leave prices out unless you ask.
Please do.
Okay.
Because I think that's how property is supposed to be acquired. In the proper way by a government board, the prices are supposed to be discussed.
Okay,
in
and
closed
I-
session. Normally, we would have a broker or an attorney handle the purchase. But talk about it all you want, but just try not to mention prices.
Yeah, and so-
It's been mentioned too much already.
All right, but here's the deal though, just so everybody understands. We've been trying to get this lot since I've been on the board, all right? It was on the agenda, every single agenda. The price was out there in the public, all right, and the price.
His asking price.
His asking price was out there to the public, and so I'm not saying anything that's secretive, and it was known, it's been the same price since I've been on the board the whole time. The guy ain't budging, and that's just what it is. So I'll just I want to lay it out so everybody can understand. The reason this money is available, okay, when CARD was dissolved, Collinsville Area Recreational District, all right, there is a 1/10 of 1 cent of a sales tax countywide, and it goes to help parks, and it's been in place, I don't know, Jack might be able to tell me, but I'm guessing over 20, 30 years probably, the PEP grant. Okay, has nothing to do with me. If it was up to me, maybe I wouldn't have a tax, all right?
Is that sales tax?
That is a sales tax. So anybody from Missouri, anybody that shops in Madison County, it's 1/10 of 1 cent sales tax, okay? Then this PEP grant committee, what they do is they find projects in all of Madison County, if it's in Alton, if it's Edwardsville, Granite, wherever, and they say, we'll help with that one, we'll help with that one. Parks, okay? Collinsville Township, and the way they do it is they figure out how many people are in your community, all right, and then they give you like $5 per parcel of land. So we are eligible for, last year it was $28,000, but that amount is going down a little bit. Let's just say approximately $25,000. Collinsville Township is eligible for that. But you got to find what it's eligible for. Again, it's for parks, all right? So I went up and met with this grants committee, and I fought really hard to let them know that, yeah, the senior center is not a park, but it's recreational, and to me, it's as good or better than a park. And so can you give us our money for the senior center? Well, we did find $15,000 of items that fell under. We have some new chairs, we have some, I believe, massage chairs, all kinds of things here in the senior center that we did get this year. But when I was talking to the guy, I mentioned this lot because all the time you hear there's no parking. It's dangerous. It's a safety issue. We have been trying to get this land for years, okay? Never before was it an issue. Never before. All right? The leader of this committee, all right, said land acquisition would fall under it, okay, under the parks, this PEP grant, and we would buy the land for you, okay? But, and this was in September, you have to have all this paperwork to me at November the 14th. That's Thursday, all right? I said, we got a meeting. So I told you guys about it last meeting. Then, and you guys had some concerns about the fill, okay? And that was the basic concern that I heard, all right? So I called this place called Tech Lab. It's in Collinsville, and they test soil. And they kind of laughed at me. They said, well, what do you want us to test for? And I said, well, I don't know. Like, they go, was there like a gas station or something there? And I said, no, it was just a building. And they said, well, we can test for whatever you want, but here's the deal. Anything that we would find, the remedy is you blacktop over it. That's the remedy. You seal it in. This is the lab. You can laugh, okay? Okay, that's what they told me, Dan. I'm not an expert on this. This is what they told me. I'm just telling you what they told me. So then I called the city of Collinsville because you had mentioned, okay, and I believe even a gentleman out there mentioned that it wasn't filled right. And I don't know where that came from. I started with Mike. All right, fill doesn't always have to be, I guess, clean soil. I'm not an expert on this. The city of Collinsville, I'll give you the letter.
Concrete, asphalt, or unpainted items.
Okay, here's the letter from the city of Collinsville, and I kind of highlighted the area. There's no known contaminants, all right? They did an asbestos, inspection, okay? They fully endorsed this. I called Terry. Terry, did we go up there together, and did they explain to you how much they wanted us, they thought this was a great deal for Collinsville Township, and the city would love it?
Yeah, but nobody's putting a guarantee on it.
I'm asking you, is that what they said?
Well, exactly.
I'll answer it for you. Yeah.
Okay.
I talked to them about it too.
All right. Well, let me finish, and then you can ask me any questions you want. All right. So this is a letter.
Terry's not on the stand here, okay? Now, you're questioning like...
No, I'm trying to explain to everybody what happened.
Okay.
Okay. So the city of Collinsville endorses this. They say that there's no known contaminants in the ground. The lab said, listen, if there was, you blacktop over it. We're not building a house. We're not growing corn. We're making it a parking lot for the seniors, and it's a safety issue. Okay. We have until Thursday. This is just to move forward. This would be up to the county then, the PEP grant committee, if they want to purchase this land. The money is sitting there. One thing that I did misinterpret, and I was wrong on this, I said it was 0% interest. It's actually 3% interest, and what it is, it's 3%, you don't pay the money back. So if they gave us if they bought the land for the asking price, okay, we owe 3% the first year, all right? Altogether, in the 5 years, it's $11,250 in interest, all right? And that's our only cost to the Collinsville taxpayers. We spent $100,000 there. What I'm saying is, we have a chance to get this money back. I'm all for saving taxpayers. That's why I didn't want to buy it with Collinsville Township taxpayers to begin with. But this is money that's already sitting there. If we don't take it, it goes to another community, and that land is going to sit there vacant. He's not coming down. Is he coming down?
He says he isn't, but
he ain't coming down. And so
I think he's got.
You're discussing negotiations in an open meeting, which is.
I've asked him to be here. So the last thing I want to say. The city told me. He also told me Keller Construction did the fill. It was all above board. It wasn't.
Who's he?
This is the city of Collinsville told me this.
Okay.
Okay. And if you want to say that.
Who from the city told you that?
This is the city manager, assistant city manager.
He didn't say that when I was with you, though.
Well, it's right here. It's, if you want to say that.
Well, I don't doubt who did it, I'm not questioning
Okay,
that,
then-
I just wanna know who you talked to.
All right, Mr. Jackson, okay? And it was, they permitted the demo, they oversaw everything, everybody knows. When you do something, you have to get a permit, whatever, and so that's where I'm at.
If they did it by the book, that lot would not look like that, I'm gonna tell you that.
Well,
Mr. Ostrowski,
I know.
I got questions.
okay, I'm working, listen, here's my deal. I'm working hard to try to help the senior center, all right? I don't know what else
Well,
you guys want.
our last meeting was on September the 12th, correct? Okay, what did we?
No, it was not September the 12th. We had a meeting in October.
I'm
It's
sorry,
November.
October.
And just lastly, sorry, I gave this, I told Terry, and this was sent to the board, if you guys want to have it tested, have it tested. But don't use that as an excuse to delay it, because if we delay it, the money's gone, okay? So I tried to get it tested, I tried to do everything I could to get us this money in this
Why
lot.
didn't you get it tested, guys?
Well, excuse me.
I'm sorry
Ma'am,
too,
you're-
why?
Ma'am, please, well, this is our discussion. Thank
Yeah,
you. Okay?
they need parking here, guys. Why,
Ma'am,
why do you
I
not
have
want
been,
a
I have been on
parking
this
lot?
since it started, so if you just please let us discuss this, because the
You
longer
don't
you
wanna
talk.
discuss it. You just don't.
Well,
This
I've
is
tried to, but he's
ridiculous.
interrupted
It's
me
not
3 times. So,
costing
ma'am,
this-
please be quiet, okay? I'm gonna try and get back into the meeting. what we're
No, you're
supposed to
not
be doing.
trying.
Ma'am, that's enough now.
Yeah.
We knew this was gonna happen.
Sir, did you,
Terry, hang on.
go ahead, you go ahead first, okay.
Before I was rudely interrupted by one of our citizens, what about, what was I asking you? I got my notes here, I got my pen moved, where I had it on my question. We were talking about the testing. This is your project, just like
That's why
I
they
took.
won't do it. Exactly.
Mr.
Quiet,
Supervisor,
everybody.
can you ask her to leave if she won't be quiet?
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
quiet,
trying to
everybody else
speak.
will have to ask you to leave. Okay.
So you're saying this is my
Hold on.
project,
Well,
and
you know
that's
what?
the reason you're against it?
No, I didn't, did I say I'm
You
against
just
it?
said this is your project.
Can I finish?
Okay.
You've interrupted me twice since I've tried to say things, but you keep.
Well, say it.
Interjecting me,
Now,
okay?
quiet now.
Just like you tried to, blame me because I was taking the lead on this renovation of the senior center. When the contractor didn't get a building permit, you blame that on me. But, we said last meeting, get it tested. When I remember saying it. Bones can approve that. So if you're working with Bones on this, get it tested. I don't think anybody said anything negative about that. Go ahead and get it tested. Bones can approve that up to $20,000. Remember me saying that?
Yeah, and do you remember me going into Bones and giving them this letter? And you didn't get an email? You absolutely got an email from our attorney, and our attorney endorsed it as well.
I did not get an attachment, no.
Oh, well, then, again, I can't do everybody's job. I want to
I
know
didn't- I
what
didn't
all
say
you
that.
guys have done to try to get this
What
parking
have you
lot.
done since our last meeting on this besides?
What have I done? Well,
Have
first
you
of
got any
all,
testing done?
here's what I did.
Michael, Mr. Stack, and I
I'll
said,
ask.
if you get it
I'll answer.
tested, we're all for it.
I will yeah, right.
Oh, you want to bet?
Right. I will answer your question. I will answer your question, okay?
Wait.
What I did is I called Tech Lab, and it's all here in your email, but I guess you don't have email. So I called Tech Lab. They said that what they would do is blacktop it. Then I had, listen, I'm just telling you what I did. You asked me what I did, I'm gonna tell you. Then I went up to the city, all right, and Terry said the same thing. He goes, no, they didn't say that. I said, I tell you what, let's go up there together and do it in person. So we had a meeting up there at City Hall with them in person, did we not? Okay, and they explained it all to us.
It wasn't they, it was one person.
Okay, but he represents the city, is the reason I said. Okay, the city manager and assistant city manager. So he wrote a letter endorsing it. He gave us basically saying that he was going to work with us, the city would work with us. It would be a great asset for Collinsville to have some parking. It would look better. Phil, you'd be happier because it wouldn't be all weeded. So then I told Terry, if you want to get this tested, I can't do it. All right, as much as I wish I had unlimited funds, I don't. Okay, if you want to get this tested, here's the number to call them, get it tested. I didn't hear anything for a week. So then I kind of thought, what is going to be their argument against this? What is going to be their argument? So I'm like, they're going to say that I didn't do anything. So I went up to Terry and I said, Terry, you still have time to get this tested. Here, sign this. I even said it. We had a big kind of, oh no, don't sign it, don't sign it. I'm like, this is just to say that I came in and told you that I want you to get it tested. What do you want me to do? So I'm laying it out for you guys. If you want to vote no, then vote no. And it will sit there vacant for another few years until we get a board that will vote yes.
And we've got to question the price too.
Somebody's going to buy it for us.
Yes, Mr. Cox. Have we had an appraisal done on this lot at all? Nobody's done an appraisal?
I've heard from some, and it was a lot less.
Well, I agree with Mr. Shafi that, you know, if it's, we know what the tax, you know, what it's taxed for. But, you know, this price for this little lot.
It's not little. That's a big lot.
Well, it's still an outrageous price in my opinion. Because A, we don't have any kind of appraisal on it, and we have people that could do that. Second, you know, is there any guarantee that we're gonna get these PEP funds by the county? Did they give us anything saying to us, they're gonna do this for us?
Okay, I can guarantee you.
They're going to do it yearly.
I can guarantee you, I thought I explained it, but I can guarantee you if we vote no, we don't get the money. I can guarantee you that. If we vote yes, okay, I would say there is a, if they don't watch the video, but anyway, I would say there's a 95% chance, 99% that we will get the money, yes. So, but to answer your question about value.
Is there anything else that you can show us from the county that says if they do this, they will do this for 5 years in a row and purchase that lot for us?
I mean, I can show you all my email correspondence. I talked to the man twice today, just to make sure that everything is good. He said, I need the paperwork tomorrow. That's what he said.
That part's bothered me though too about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great, I understand.
You keep saying the man and him and that.
Well, you wanted me to be
I know, I'm trying to figure out.
Mr. Arnold. So anyway, to answer your question about value, do I think that the gentleman next door, that his land is overvalued? Is he asking for too much? Yes, I do. That's why this board never bought the land, because I don't want to waste any taxpayers' dollars, okay? But when I talked to him and I tried to get him down on price, I'm like, just come down a little bit for me to try to make this work. All right, it's for the seniors, it's for, you know, he said this, and it's a good, he said, how much would it cost if the building was on there? The big building that was on there. How much would it cost to demo the building and haul it off? Think about that. And the other thing to think about this, now it's gone, okay? If we get this lot, how much value, and I don't know the answer, but I know it will add quite a bit. How much value would it add to this senior center, all right, to have a lot that people can park in, that's lit, that it's not dangerous, that when even voting, people can't even come in to vote. So sometimes you have to spend a little bit for something that you want, all right? And that's where I'm coming from. And the other thing is, we are not spending a dime of Collinsville Township's tax dollars on this. Why all of a sudden now it's the price? What I'm saying is the money is setting up there.
Okay, that's for purchasing the property.
Yes.
What's it gonna take to pave that property, to do what the city wants us to do as far as the sewers are concerned?
They
and
didn't say
everything
anything
else?
like that.
What is that gonna cost the taxpayers?
Okay, listen, they didn't say anything like that. And so now you're okay with the land purchase. That's what I'm going to get. Now it's afterwards. Am I right on that?
Well, sure.
Okay, all right. That's fine.
I didn't say I was okay with the land purchase, especially because we don't know what it's gonna cost if we have to clean that up. I don't agree with the assessment that the city did on the environmental study at all. I did that for a living.
So then
And I'll tell you right now, I've seen people The city was given a lot in Granite City, for example, good-sized lot. It was completely contaminated. What one time is here was Laura Buick, wasn't it?
So what do you think is in the
So,
stack?
well, who knows? And there's been gas stations around here. If there comes up with any problem whatsoever, we're on the hook for that.
And they tell me it would cost more than what the things would
Oh,
cost.
it's 10 times more.
All right.
It could
Well-
cost up to much as $5, $6, $800,000.
Oh, of course.
Been there.
So anyway.
I'm telling you,
Oh, okay.
it could cost.
So again, the
tremendous
city
amount of
doesn't
money.
know what they're talking about.
No, they don't.
Construction.
Especially an assistant manager, they gave you a letter
I'd like
that
to
you
make a
wanted.
motion.
No,
Yes.
Now,
Can we
the other-
continue?
Hey, wait, stop.
This
stop.
man wanted a good discussion. We still got a few things
I'd
to
like to make
discuss.
a
well, let's see-
motion that
let's
we
see
go
what-
into executive session to discuss the acquisition of land for the township.
Why don't you want the public to know? It's very simple. It's a yes or no.
So I can weigh in on this. Typically, the acquisition of land is something that is discussed in an executive session. And one of the reasons why it is discussed in an executive session, the cat might be out of the bag a little bit here. But typically, when you're discussing the acquisition of land, you really want to talk about what your top dollar is in private. And you want to talk about what the price is, what you're willing to pay in private. I understand that there is that someone else is paying the bill. But
Yeah, we're not paying anything.
Excuse me. So, but this is ultimately public money. This is ultimately public money. It's great that we're not paying it, but the public is paying. And the most people that are paying sales taxes are local citizens. So I think we owe it a duty to our citizens to at least have a discussion in private what the true top dollar should be, even if we're not paying it. I think people should always be leery of government that's willing to spend other people's money. And here we're a government willing to spend other public entities' money.
I know I'm
We
kind of
need to be-
speaking out of turn here, but this isn't this vote's not a vote on land acquisition. This is a vote on whether you're going to pursue it.
Yeah, this is not, we're not even buying it. This is just to pursue it, so you guys say no. And you were all for it until you said, like you said, it was my project, and I've been trying to get this because it's
Did
a
I vote no?
safety
Did I vote no on it?
issue. Yeah, you're gonna vote no.
Could,
Then, okay, then I make a motion, that we pursue it.
Okay, well, there's a motion on the floor.
Okay. If you're gonna vote yes, then I'll go on, I'll make the motion.
You can't make a motion, there's already a motion on the floor.
If you're gonna vote yes,
There's no
reject your
executive
motion, and I'll
session.
make a motion.
Before we go into executive
Entertain a
session.
motion, Mr. Supervisor.
Yeah, before we,
There's no second.
no, I'd just like to have him make a couple more statements. The second gentleman.
There's a, okay. There's a-
Can we do that?
Vote.
Um,
I made a motion, you made a second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Trustee Stack?
Aye.
Trustee Cox?
No.
Trustee Hopkins?
Yes.
Supervisor Allen?
Aye. Now, before we go in, we'd like to have you say.
Well, we have more stuff on the agenda. We're gonna discuss the audit, but I just wanna make it clear, we all know what's gonna happen. We all know exactly what's gonna happen. So, it'll just take another year and a half. And new folks will get that for you guys.
Yeah, and then we'll get stuck with the cleanup of it too.
Next item on the agenda.
Let's go on.
There's another item on the agenda.
But there was a motion to.
Yeah, we don't have to do it, we do it when we come back.
We'll come back, just,
Yeah, it's gonna get done.
This isn't.
Y'all wait, because I don't know what they want to talk about. We were gonna discuss the audit.
Very private, you know.
Did you request the EPA assessment?
I've sent in Freedom of Information Act, they haven't got back yet, but here's the thing. Tech lab they was talking about, yeah, you send them some dirt, they'll analyze it, you tell them what constituents you want. I dealt with tech lab before. They don't come out and do the inspection.
Oh, you have to go through all that, yeah.
You know?
Trust me, I work with special waste up in Alton Steel.
All right, so you
I
understand
understand.
some of that,
No, I-
okay? And I've been an environmental inspector for 33 years, okay?
Yeah.
And
I understand the process, I don't understand all the.
No, but the problem we got, okay?